military helicopter got video of a strange object. It kind of looked like a rocket with some sort of plume behind it.
A bright red ball. Chris had been a highly successful businessman, a builder, a pilot.
40 engineers that boarded a bus, and they took a long 3.5-hour ride from Phoenix to Kingman.
We're not able to identify this at all.
Imagine a discovery so extraordinary that even the brightest scientists are left speechless. For decades, the search for extraterrestrial life has been filled with myths, theories, and sightings dismissed as hoaxes. But what if this time it's real? In an astonishing turn of events, scientists have confirmed an alien encounter unlike anything seen before. And the aftermath? It left experts and the public equally stunned. Was it an artifact from another world, a glimpse into unknown technology, or something beyond human comprehension? Today, we dive into the details of this shocking discovery and reveal the mysterious events that followed. Get ready to explore the extraordinary as we unfold the story that could change everything we thought we knew about life beyond Earth. Buckle up. You're about to witness the unbelievable. 1. Rediscovered Roswell Alien. With its rediscovery, the recently uncovered Roswell photo added a new mystery to one of history's most enduring mysteries involving UFOs. Supposedly taken shortly after a possible crash in 1947 near Roswell, New Mexico. This photograph showed what many claim to be some kind of alien figure or otherworldly artifact to many. Found in a private collection and kept far from the public eye, it is only recently that this photograph has stepped forward and captured the imagination of the UFO enthusiast and the skeptic alike. To many of us, this may represent the best visual evidence yet, perhaps offering a little insight into the enigma which has kept the alien theories burning brightly for so many years. Experts and UFO researchers are examining the photo to establish whether it is authentic, its origin, and which specific figure it appears to be. To some, this is a smoking gun that can validate extraterrestrial encounter claims in Roswell. Others say that it must be verified very well. The photograph is currently undergoing digital and historical scrutiny to affirm that it's a photo from 1947. It's also hoped that it might be used as concrete proof of an alien presence on Earth. Whether it is or not, the rediscovery of the photograph has revived interest in Roswell all over the world, questioning just how much we know about that mysterious summer night. Just when you thought alien mysteries couldn't get any stranger, a shocking new revelation has surfaced, leaving even the skeptics speechless. 2. Skinny Bob from Zeta Reticuli. Captivating the attention of every UFO researcher and enthusiast who has caught wind of the online leakage is the mysterious footage of the Skinny Bob alien, said to originate from the star system of Zeta Reticuli. The film, supposedly leaked from confidential sources, features a skinny, almost human-like form with a disproportionately large head, slim limbs, and large dark eyes, the usual gray alien look said to define extraterrestrial aliens. Skinny Bob appears to be one of the most panoramic and detailed video recordings of an alien encounter and provides only a few snapshots of what life beyond Earth may look like. Star system Zeta Reticuli, which is often referenced in lore about aliens, has fueled further the implication that life outside Earth exists. Since its release, the Skinny Bob footage has invited wild fascination and skepticism. The video shows an alien in exquisite detail, with subtle facial expressions and movements that would be hard to fake with the traditional visual effects of the time period it supposedly originates from. Critics argue that no official source has confirmed the authenticity of the footage, leading some to believe that it could be a well-crafted hoax. Regardless of controversy over this matter, Skinny Bob still turns up to be one of the most interesting alleged alien encounters in UFO lore, which keeps debate very much alive over the existence of aliens and government cover-up. 3. Las Vegas Backyard Encounter. The Las Vegas Backyard Encounter is one of the most recent and chilling sightings of UFOs that will catch public attention. There was a family from Las Vegas who reported an experience right in their own yard after claiming to have seen some non-human beings shortly after hearing an unusual crash nearby in August of 2023. The family immediately dialed 911, describing the beings as tall and with a distinctly non-human appearance lurking near the crash site. Responding Las Vegas police officers added to the mystery, with body camera footage capturing a green flash streaking across the sky near the reported sighting, leading to wide speculation about what might have landed. Despite a very deep probe of the area, authorities had no concrete evidence that would substantiate a crash, or for that matter, presence of non-human entities anywhere in the vicinity, creating many questions in minds that remain unanswered. This is so eerie, this coincidence combining the family's account rattled by what happened to them. The green flash with no physical evidence left there. For UFO enthusiasts as well as skeptics, the Las Vegas backyard encounter serves as a disturbing reminder that not all mysteries are easily explainable. It just continues to fuel conversations about what may be lurking just beyond our everyday reality. 4. Mummified aliens in Mexico. The alleged mummified remains of aliens in Mexico have recently fueled new international debates over the existence of extraterrestrial life. Indeed, in September 2023, a set of specimens was finally unveiled during a congressional hearing on UFOs in Mexico by Mexican journalist and ufologist Jaime Maussan. According to him, the specimens are ancient non-human entities, while the specimens themselves were small and uncannily looking bodies discovered in Peru, aged between 700 and 1,800 years. Both have long heads, three-fingered hands, and skeletal structures well different from the human ones and are highly interesting for investigation in scientific circles as well as among the masses. The mummy report with its mummified body consists of X-rays and other forms of examinations, wherein one of the body parts contains eggs, an unusual feature in case this indeed holds true. Responses to the discovery were varied, and the witnesses ranged from shocked and converted new believers as proof of alien life to very skeptical, questioning the authenticity and origin of the specimens. However, all the controversy aside, aliens in mummification captured the world's imagination and sparked debate and discussion about the possibility that these ancient beings might offer concrete proof of extraterrestrial visitation on Earth. 5. Shadow aliens at Bayside Marketplace. Miami's Bayside Marketplace became the modern urban legend overnight with shadow aliens, lighting up imaginations and fueling eerie speculations as a chaotic scene unfolded on New Year's Day, 2023, in the popular shopping and entertainment district where more than 50 people reported seeing a gigantic, shadowy figure standing between 8 to 10 feet tall near the marketplace entrance. This shadowy being is sometimes called a shadow alien. It was said that this flickered in and out of visibility, becoming hidden with the darkness so thoroughly that it seemed as if those watching were left dazed and terrified. The police were on their way to contend with the rowdy audience, but the focus already turned to the bizarre alien appearing as if threatening dominion over them. The testimony of the eyewitnesses was such that the figure did not appear to be a living human being, but something with no face or solid form, looking much like a living shadow. Since there was no physical evidence at the scene, skepticism arose because some dismissed it as an optical illusion or mass hysteria. But accounts of similar dark entities worldwide have many ufologists surmising that shadow aliens are an advanced, perhaps interdimensional form of life moving unseen through our reality. For those who witnessed the shadow alien encounter at Bayside firsthand, it was a haunting memory that cannot fade away. 6. Scariest alien video in the forest. It has gone viral with a chilling content and an unsettling authenticity. This is the scariest alien video in the forest. Shot by a couple who was hiking through dense woods, the footage starts off innocently enough, ambient forest sounds and serene surroundings. However, the atmosphere changes dramatically when the couple starts hearing strange noises, whispers and distant rustling, creating an ominous feeling of being watched. Nervously, they continue filming, panning the trees and the shadows, hoping to get a glimpse of what they might have heard. As if out of nowhere, a small, shadowy figure briefly emerges from behind the tree and is caught very briefly. It is there, yet unmistakably foreboding. When the camera refocuses, the figure moves with unnatural fluidity, its dark, oversized eyes reflecting little by little the dim light filtering through the treetops. Finally, the scene becomes serious as a figure beside them levers suddenly closer. The couple got frightened and runs away in terror, only to manage some shivering glimpses of the reeling shape before it disappears from their view. The video ends without stating what the encounter could have been. While skeptics argue it may be a very staged hoax, others believe that the video shows some of the most convincing visual evidence for extraterrestrial beings on Earth. The scariest alien video in the forest has brought about more debates than anything else, leaving even experienced UFO enthusiasts with more questions than answers. 7. EBE-2, the secret alien encounter. One of the most obscure UFO legends is the tale of EBE-2, an extraterrestrial biological entity supposed to be housed at Area 51. As the fable goes, found living after the Roswell incident in 1947, EBE-2 was spirited away to Area 51 for secret study and government testing. EBE-2 is described as a humanoid with large almond-shaped eyes and an intelligent demeanor. It is said that its appearance was so fascinating anatomically that it disclosed knowledge that scientists and military officers were unable to reach. So, rumors say that EBE-2 communicated with symbols, telepathy, and sounds, which later scientists interpreted and gained details about advanced technology, space travel, and maybe the EBE-2 star system believed to be Zeta Reticuli. Though no official confirmation has ever surfaced, testimonies and leaked reports suggest that what EBE-2 may have discovered has influenced secret research within the government to study alien technology. Some even go as far as to say that this research sparked rapid technological advancements in the 20th century, while skeptics argue that it is all just myth. Lacking concrete evidence, EBE-2 has become a hallmark of the human quest for answers regarding alien life, and served as a kind of signpost in the discussion of whether it is actually true that there exists an otherworldly presence that indeed exercised a secret influence over human history. 8. Alien captured on a trail camera. This becomes an interesting piece of evidence for UFO enthusiasts and skeptics. Alien captured on a trail camera. This was captured by a group of outdoor enthusiasts who set up a trail camera to monitor local wildlife. It shows an unusual figure briefly appearing in the corner of the frame. The creature, having a thin, elongated body, extremely long limbs, and big, dark eyes, appears to be nearly camouflaged against the natural background it moves against. So strange and unearthly it looks. The sighting was in a remote forested area, and the uncertainty thus created only perturbed the audience all the more with an idea of something unknown hiding in the wild. Since the footage, debates have erupted all over. However, this, according to some proponents, might be concrete proof of extraterrestrial life. The figure, in any case, could not explain its movement, since it is not a normal or human figure. And so, skeptics begin to guess that it either is an optical illusion or a hoax. Regardless of opinions, this alien captured on a trail camera footage is one of the most interesting and widely debated pieces of evidence that would spark curiosity about what may be lurking in the lonely corners of our world. 9. Alien in a Mexican neighborhood. The alien in a Mexican neighborhood sighting quickly makes its way into the book on recent weird and mysterious alien sightings. 2 young boys report finding themselves in a quiet residential neighborhood of Mexico playing outside when they happen to notice something unusual hiding behind a nearby tree. One of the boys moved a step closer for a better view, and from his brief glimpse, he saw that there was a thin, elongated shape with a huge head, disproportionate to the rest of the body, emerging momentarily before disappearing. The boys were frightened and terrified as they described the being and its unnatural, almost shadow-like appearance, far from any human or animal appearance they had seen before. The news of the sighting spread like wildfire. Very shortly afterward, locals started sharing tales of weird lights and unrecognizable sounds in the neighborhood at roughly the same time that the encounter took place. However, despite this, the vivid description by the boys has sparked interest and speculation that this may be one of the few opportunities for catching an alien within an urban setting. The alien in a Mexican neighborhood continues to have the public's eye and leads questions about the strange, unexplained phenomena that from time to time occur just beyond the safety of our own backyards. 10. Glowing eyes in a Russian nightclub. Glowing eyes in a Russian nightclub has become the urban mystery that captured the interest and speculations of many people. An event in one of the Moscow nightclubs experienced a blackout where the whole club plunged into darkness. With this minute blackout, several patrons witnessed strange glowing eyes scattered all over. When the lights flicked back on, the glowing eyes disappeared, leaving the partygoers bewildered and puzzled. Some said the eyes were huge, almond-shaped, and glowed faintly, almost hypnotically, a profile often attributed to alien abductees. Social media quickly filled the air with a mixture of shock and speculation as people surmised that the blackout inadvertently revealed something hidden in their ranks. UFO enthusiasts were quick to propose that the glowing eyes are indeed proof of extraterrestrial life or interdimensional beings that simply blend in with Earthlings. Skeptics respond that it could have been reflective material or an employee prank that caused the glow. Still, it has become one of the most spoken about events in recent UFO lore, indicating that perhaps not all aliens come in spacecraft. Some may walk among us, disguised as and seen in plain view. Amid the eerie lights and shadows, an encounter in the frozen Siberian wilderness unveils a chilling discovery you won't believe. 11. Siberian Alien in the Snow. The Siberian Alien in the Snow encounter has turned into the most chilling and enigmatic UFO story ever to emanate from Russia. In a snowy country of Siberia, a mysterious object crashed into the deep white landscape, whose appearance was followed by strange, hovering lights in the dead of night. When citizens decided to investigate the fallen craft, they found on it a small, poorly-looking humanoid figure, apparently frail and unmistakably non-human. It was slender, delicate in its frame, with brown, almost flaky skin, big dark eyes, and a disproportionately large head. There was nothing like it, either animal or human. It soon spread through local communities and online forums, eliciting both fascination and skepticism. Residents captured photos and video of the being, which spread far and wide, generating heated debates about its origin. While UFO fans believe that it might be one of the few examples of an extraterrestrial discovered right after a crash, skeptics say that it may have been an incredibly elaborate hoax or even some sort of a misidentified animal. In any case, the Siberian Alien in the Snow fuels the public imagination and discussions of what's out there and what mysteries hide in vast, remote areas of Siberia. 12. Background Alien in the Amazon. The background alien in the Amazon has left many mystified and disturbed and aroused heated discussions within the UFO community. Filmed deep in the dense Amazon rainforest, this creepy scene shows small children playing while an abnormal human-like figure lurks behind a tree in the background. The figure at first blends with the shadows, but when the camera zooms in, its very alien-like features, an elongated head, large dark eyes, and a slim grayish body are very clear. The odd creature stands motionless, partially obscured by the thick vegetation, yet its appearance is unmistakable. The footage quickly went viral, bringing up questions about the origin and intent of this enigmatic figure. Some claim that the extraterrestrial watches the kids from afar and cannot even be seen in the vastly dense, uninhabited woods. Critics claim it likely is an optical illusion caused by light or some regional folk legend that comes through on film. This still, however, is evidence of an extraterrestrial visitor to one of the world's most isolated places on Earth for UFO enthusiasts. Regardless of interpretation, the background alien in the Amazon still is a good sort of video that passes itself off as alien footage, but adds to the mystery of the unknown with the Amazon rainforest. 13. Alien seen in a cemetery. The alien sighting in a cemetery incident is one of the spookiest entries on the UFO encounter lore, taking together elements of the paranormal and extraterrestrial mystery. Caught on video in 2005, the recording is of a quiet, dimly lit cemetery where a dark figure seems to lurk behind the gravestones. As the camera panned the background, a peculiar human-like figure was captured entering the frame from behind trees and gravestones. The creature was described with massive limbs, giant eyes, and a thin, skeletal appearance unlike any known humans or animals, giving an eerie view of what many consider to be an alien being. The video surfaced years later online, which then fueled the renewed interest in it and debate. Skeptics reply that it might be a person in disguise or a clever edit, yet it is in a dead, quiet, eerie cemetery where supernatural magic unfolds and has captivated all the believers and other paranormal enthusiasts. Some view that the alien-like may have been watching the location or may have stayed in the dark recesses of the cemetery. The alien seen in a cemetery remains one of the most haunting bits of alleged alien evidence, sometimes leading one to wonder if these beings would look for secluded, abandoned places to perhaps avoid detection, and if such an eerie encounter might have been but a glimpse into the unknown. 14. Ascending saucer in Poland. One of the most impressive UFO sightings in recent years is this one dubbed Ascending Saucer in Poland. As filmed in a remote, mountainous area of Poland, it reveals a saucer of some sort rising slowly from a field before ascending vertically into the sky. The dramatic landscape of rugged hills and dark forests serves to add mystery to the image. Its metallic appearance catches light as it lingers in the air, almost as though sucking in the energy before it shoots up and disappears from view. Eyewitnesses described it as a spectacular scene of awe and disbelief when the saucer shot into the sky by smooth, silent ascent, too controlled to be anything more than sheer nature. The video footage spread fast in online media. Furore broke over whether or not it was authentic. Despite skeptics' claims of the video being a well-crafted CGI hoax, proponents argue that it is one of the most direct pieces of evidence of extraterrestrial technology. Some theorize that the object may have been on some sort of reconnaissance mission, scanning the remote Polish landscape before turning back into the skies. The ascending saucer in Poland remains a compelling case, such that viewers are led to wonder if we have had a fleeting glimpse of advanced alien technology in action. 15. Alien at the Laguna Canal. This has created a huge curiosity and buzz within its residents and UFO enthusiasts in the Philippines. Such an encounter had happened when the local photographer from Laguna, while documenting a drainage canal for a routine appraisal, saw an unusual figure in many shots as he reviewed them later. This creature appears to have elongated heads, large and dark eyes, thin, almost skeletal in body, and very hard to catch a glimpse, particularly on those places where water rests at the edge. Speculations had multiplied on the pictures taken of the figure as it spread about because repeated images happened during several photos. It is not like any local wildlife, and the anatomical features were unusual. Therefore, this added to the mystery. Locals found this creature both fascinating and unnerving. Some of them even speculated that it was an interdimensional being or even an alien visiting the canal area, which used its surroundings as camouflage. While skeptics may argue that the figure could have just been a trick of light or some misidentified object, the alien at the Laguna Canal is still a topic of discussion among many, keeping the mystery alive and fueling questions about whether extraterrestrial beings might be exploring even the most unexpected corners of our world. 16. Gray alien hiding in the woods. This experience has probably become one of the most frightening tales within UFO lore, which at the same time is fascinating. Apparently caught on film by friends at night during a camping trip, the footage shows a bizarre, gray-skinned, human-like figure hiding amongst trees. They had heard unusual noises, and with flashlights up the hill, they discovered something peeking out between foliages of dense bushes. The incredible dark eyes of the being reflected beamed flashes from the flashlights and created this eerie glow, magnifying its unnaturalness. The creature didn't budge as the group of them approached, holding this gaze that could be considered unnervingly steady, then disappeared again into darkness. The body, hairless and so slenderly limbed with the head so grossly enlarged, fits the prototypical descriptions of the gray alien, which most frequently accompany reports of the close encounters of extraterrestrial beings on Earth. Doubting minds have claimed it must have been a craftily designed prank or even an optical illusion. Yet the video was enough for speculation that the alien must be conducting some sort of reconnaissance, perhaps even gaining information from its human viewers. The gray alien hiding in the woods leaves us fascinated by the haunting question of what might be lurking from those dark, secret places of the woods. 17. Biker's encounter with alien creature. The biker's encounter with alien creature forms a dramatic addition to current UFO sightings, where the spectacular in combination with supernatural becomes simply irresistible. More shocking encounter ensued when a mountain biking team ventured along a remote forested trail. The bikers, riding deep into the woods, could stop only if it was led by one of its bikers, who suddenly stopped abruptly, startled by the emergence of a figure from thick underbrush. The creature was small, almost humanoid, with long and thin oval head, large dark eyes that seemed to lock on the bikers with this intense, unblinking stare. As the group was in a gathering, they stood silently as if trying to make sense of the creature's appearance. One biker tried to get a glimpse of the creature by approaching it, but slid back into what looked more like floating slightly above the ground, moving in a gliding motion. It disappeared out of view again from where it first came in, much the same as it appeared. Some argue that this is nothing but a prank or mistaken identification, but eyewitnesses say it was something inexplicable. So the bikers' encounter with alien creature from that day forward would open debates among skeptics and believers alike, keeping the mystery going about what or who may lurk in the world's wildest, untouched places. 18. The Bakersfield Ring Camera UFO Sighting. One of the most recent incidents in this mysterious roll of the string of UFO sighting enigmas is the Bakersfield Ring Camera UFO sighting. The sight was reported in Bakersfield, California, where resident Tim Harvey said he saw an unusual object that just so happened to fall upon his Ring security camera. This viral footage depicts a light mysteriously descending from the sky just behind the treetops. The object moves at an alarming speed, leaving a faint trail behind it as it whips through the air before vanishing in an instant. Harvey took the news footage by surprise and shared it with the local news station, 23 ABC, which sparked interest throughout the whole country. Neither the Bakersfield Police Department nor the UFO Research Center have been able to identify the object or explain the strange behavior, and therefore remain baffled by the sighting. Speculation on what the object might be has gone from advanced drone technology to a meteor, but the rapid, smooth descent and sudden disappearance of the object make such explanations somewhat difficult to support. Adding to the suspense, one of the viewers pointed out that the object has no features that represent a conventional aircraft or natural manifestations. This Bakersfield Ring Camera UFO sighting became a point of attention in gathering the enthusiasts and skeptics interested in such a phenomenon, keeping all viewers on their toes as they seek clues about this mysterious object caught in Harvey's backyard. 19. Fresno's Nightcrawler Alien. One of the strangest and most terrifying cryptid sightings ever captured on film around the world is the Fresno Nightcrawler Alien. First caught on a home security camera in Fresno, California in 2008, this footage shows an absolutely bizarre, almost ethereal figure walking across a suburban lawn. The Nightcrawler, as it's come to be known, is an incredibly grotesque creature. Its body has long, thin legs with absolutely no arms or torso and is patently a walking pair of white, stretched-out pants. Moving slowly and elegantly across the lawn, this featureless, almost puppet-like form gives out a frankly eerie, otherworldly image that has captivated viewers while leaving them shaken. A weird, unexplained creature is the Nightcrawler, but such a presence and strange body structure opens up much speculation about what this entity actually is. With such a strange structure and the pace at which it moves, gliding across surfaces, it could be said that it is totally an alien structure of life that has been adapted to lower gravity environments. Some see it as supernatural, perhaps a spirit or interdimensional being. Skeptics claim it could be an astute prank or a trick costume, but the film footage has been under scrutiny over the years, and quite a number of experts have found themselves hard-pressed to lay it down as just a trick. The Fresno Nightcrawler alien has, in the course of time, become a cultural phenomenon for spawning innumerable forms of artwork, stories, and even merchandise, while leaving its very nature a mystery that endures to date. After the spine-chilling sighting of the Nightcrawler, one man's encounter has captured footage that could change everything. 20. Alien encounter filmed by Jeff Pacman. Recent to the world of claimed UFO sightings, Alien Encounter by Jeff Pacman brings tremendous attention and curiosity to people. One of Jeff Pacman's field investigations captures an alien entity clearly. Jeff Pacman is devoted to UFO enthusiasm and awareness for the existence of extraterrestrials. The creature in the video is small, about a humanoid size, with almond-shaped eyes and a grayish complexion and thin limbs. This description fits most of the classic gray alien description. The creature seems to move slowly and carefully, aware of the presence of Pacman, and then disappears into the darkness. Since its release, the footage of Pacman has been met with both support and skepticism from the UFO community. Some viewers believe it is the first ever concrete evidence of life from outer space, as the creature could not be faked through its unique appearance and movements. The others are being cautious enough to ask whether the video may be a hoax or merely an impressive puppet. Of course, whatever the view, Pacman has restarted the discussion about alien contact and government secrecy, with the man himself urging public education and preparedness in case extraterrestrial contact occurs. Alien Encounter. Filmed by Jeff Pacman, continues to fire public imagination and keeps the legend of alien life widely alive, fueling much debate on what lies beyond the realm of our understanding. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the most mysterious and captivating alien encounters. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and let us know in the comments which sighting you found most intriguing. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss out on our next deep dive into the unknown. And if you're ready for more, click the video on your screen now. There's plenty more to explore. See you in the next one.